how it feels to lose everything, everything. Oh, I faced a wall so high above the ground. I've dreamt for hours and hours about the day when I can say.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahirrabbilalamin. Hamdan wa syukran lillah amma ba'du. First of all, let's gratitude to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who has given us the mercy and blessing so we can do this online class. Secondly, salawat and salam to our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He has guided us from the darkness to the lightness. The Honorable our lecturer Mem Farida Feritawati Kembaran M. Hum and my beloved audience. So guys, we are from 10 group. We will discuss about translating a novel. So guys, before we start our presentation today, let's us introduce ourselves. I'm Siti Aminah Nasution as the moderator and the first speaker. Arizka Amalia is the second speaker. Nida Maulida is the third speaker. And Putri Rahmadani is the last speaker. So guys, let's we start our presentation today by saying Basmalah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
I will fight through all the pain.
Aminah Nasution as the first speaker will be explain about problem of literary translation. The first is structure. An questioner in her book on literary stylistic makes some important point about translation. The translator, she believed, should not work with general percept when determining what to preserve or parallel from the SL text, but should work with an eye on each individual structure, whether it be prose or verse, since each structure will lay stress in certain linguistic features or levels and not another. There are some possession for purpose of the translation. The first possession will be completely inadequate, although many translators of novel in particular have focused on content at the expense of the formal structuring of the text. Second possession will seem an ideal starting point. The third and the fourth possession might be tenable in certain circumstances. So, the fourth possession in which the reader discovers elements in the text that have evolved since its genesis is almost unavoidable when the text belongs to a color system distant in time and space. Okay, maybe that's all for me. Thank you.
Yes, I am free.
Hi guys, Assalamualaikum. Me Arizka Amalia as the second speaker will explain to you about the problem of literacy. The first one is structure and the second one is meaning. Meaning is very important in literacy. Why? Because literary works are symbolic message from the author to the audience. It make the meaning in a literacy text very important. But sometimes in a real life, a translator just translate the text, just translate the word, but losing the meaning of the text. As we know, in another language, maybe the meaning is not same, so it can be a big problem if the translator have lost the meaning of the text. Okay, the solving for this problem is the translator have to reread again the result of the translation and do assessment to the result to make a better translation without losing the meaning of the text. I think just it from me, guys. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Nida Maulida. So here I'm gonna talking about translating prose. So the prose translation is transfer the written story to one language into another language, and then the translation prose also recent arrival in literature. And the first problem that we must known as a translator prose, that is finding the term in her or his own language that can express the level of the highest faithfulness. And then example, like there are some words that are related to the lyric, to the typical like fabric, kiss, cookery, specialties, and then the job maybe. And then there are represents specific culture, and the translator should be careful or have skill in translating such a word. And then the second is finding the descriptive opening. When we want to translate the novel, we must pay attention in the first part. Don't change too much. Don't change too much the first part, because it can change the interesting of the novel. And then we must make sure that the reader want to continue read the novel into the content. And then the third one is where the characters are. The novel attempts to bring together two moods. The first is lyrically, and then the second is prosaic, and then the last is show or introduce the strong element that can change the perspective of the reader. And then actually a literary prose translating must also be skilled to translate feelings, and then the culture nuances, and then the humor, and etc. And then the factor that the translator not translate the meaning, but translate the message. Thank you.
Just gotta let it go.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Putri Rahmadani. I want to explain you about the translating a novel. Hilary Billock laid down 6 general rules for the translator of prose text. And number 1 is the translator should not plot on word by word or sentence by sentence, but should always block out his work. Billock means that the translator should consider the work as an integral unit and translate in section. And the number 2 is the translator should render idiom by idiom. Okay, and idioms of their nature demand translation into another form from that of the original. Billock cites the case of the Greek exclamations by the dog, which if rendered literally the means is by gulp is a much closer translation. And the number 3 is the translator must render intention by intention. By intention, Billock seems to be talking about the way a given expression may have in particular context in the SL that would be disproportionate if translated literally into the TL. Okay, the number 4 is Billock prompts agents less folk amiss. Those words or structures that may appear to correspond in both SL and TL, but actually don't example demanded to us translate wrongly as to demand. And the number 5 is the translator is devised to transmute boldly. And Billock suggests that the essence of translating is the resurrection of an alien in a native body, translates native language of to target language. And the number 6 is the translator should never embellish. The translator must follow word for word, which is current in terms of not changing it. And the Billock accepts that there is a moral responsibility to the original, but feels that the translator has the right to significantly alter the text in the translation.